Paratmanamekam Jagadbijamadyam Niriham Nirakaramokaravedyam Yato Jayate Padyate Yena Vishwam Tamisham Bhaje Liyate Yatra Vishwam Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. So, in the morning, we had seen that Sarvam hi etat Brahma. This Idam Sarvam, which was named as Om, this Idam Sarvam is nothing but Brahman. This movie is nothing but the screen. There is no second entity called a movie existing apart from the screen. It is the screen. Sarvam is Brahman. And what about this person? This person, this individual, he is also Brahman. That is specially it is reminded. Otherwise we have a bad habit, When we say Sarvam, we always point our finger outside and we say, Ye sab Brahma hai, to aap kya ho? We have a bad habit. We always, whenever we say all this, we point our finger outside and we leave ourselves out. What about you? You are Brahman. I am Atma Brahman. That's the beauty of it. And Shankaracharya dramatizes it in his commentary. He dramatizes it by saying that the Guru is placing his hand on the chest of the disciple and saying, my dear, you are Brahman. That's so beautiful. Everything is Brahman, but what about you? You are that. It's like that. So, I am Atma, Brahman. And this Atma, now it's further, from that actually it is further, we are further analyzing. Actually, from here or before this, the whole subject is over. In these two verses, the truth has been told. The plain, simple truth has been told. That everything is Brahman, you are Brahman. A very highly competent person will be able to actualize this in his or her life. As most of us, and we have to be very honest about it. There's nothing. We are at, what should I say, we haven't cultivated that kind of competence to understand the supreme truth in one go. So we need further analysis, further investigation into it to remove many of the so-called wrong ideas which is existing in our mind. So we need to do further analysis and investigation. That is what is from here onwards. So, I am Atma Brahma. So from there onwards, so I am Atma Chatushpat. Now, how do we understand that this I am Atma, this individual is Brahman? This Atman is Brahman. This Atman, which is the substratum of this gross body, subtle body, and the causal body. We are all actually what? Atman with 4 bodies. Atman associated with so-called four bodies. Three bodies, I should say. Atman associated with three bodies. The gross, the subtle, and the causal. The substratum is the Atman. Each one of us is nothing but the Atman associated with the three bodies, gross, subtle, and causal. We need to understand this rightly. So I am Atma Chatushpa. This Atman is of four quarters. It is made up of four quarters. So Shankaracharya says this four quarters of the Atman, it is not like the four legs of a cow. It's a very important point. Means these four quarters are not that one quarter is here, another quarter is here, third is here, and fourth is here. Disconnected. No, it's not like that. Actually, there are no four quarters. It is one Atman alone. In the Atman, four quarters are imagined. So Shankaracharya is giving a brilliant illustration here. He is saying it is like the four quarters of a coin. Karshaparnavat, he says. Karshaparna is a currency of his time. It is just like today's 1 rupee coin. It is just like the four quarters which you imagine on a coin. Now it is so interesting. Now whichever quarter you point at, what is that you're pointing at? It is a coin. Whether it's the first quarter, you put your finger on the first quarter of the coin here, it's coin. What is this first quarter? It's coin. What is the second quarter? It's coin. Means we are always pointing at the coin. The quarters are just imaginary divisions created by avidya. These quarters are just imaginary divisions, not actual divisions. They don't actually exist. They are imaginary divisions created in the one Atman. This is the fact of our states of waking, dream, and sleep. These three, actually, they are not these three. Now we will come to that point. Actually speaking, they are not three. They are appearing to exist as if they are three. Whatever is existing is the coin alone is existing. Even now, what is existing? What is existing is Atman, and Atman alone is existing. Now, to understand this, we are now taking up each quarter by quarter to get a comprehensive understanding about what we actually are. Are we limited to any one of these quarters? Are we limited to any one of these quarters? No. We are at all the times the complete coin. At all the times and all the states, we are nothing short of the Atman. To come to this comprehensive, correct, and a total understanding about our true self, we started understanding the first quarter called the waking quarter. So this first quarter of the Atman, we start from the waking state. Prathama Padaha. Here the name of the Atman is Vaishvanara. Let me make one point very clear. In all the three states, in all the three quarters, Atman will be having two names. Two names in every quarter. In the waking quarter, Atman is having two names. In the dream quarter, second quarter, Atman is having two names. And in the sleep quarter, the causal quarter, Atman is having two names. One is the name in the Atman's individual aspect or microcosmic aspect. One is the Atman's name in its cosmic, macrocosmic aspect. In every quarter, Atman's two names we shall be seeing here. So, Atman in the waking quarter, its name in the macrocosmic dimension is Vaishvanara. And its name in the individual context is Vishwa. So Vishwa and Vaishvanara. These two are Atman's name. Okay, they are all tentative names of the Atman. We shall then wind up the whole thing. Actually, in Om, all these names get dissolved. Tentatively, Atman is given these two names in the waking state. In its individual aspect, Atman is known as Vishwa. In its cosmic aspect, Atman is known as Vaishvanara. So, in the first quarter, the description was from the standpoint of the cosmic gross. Cosmic gross. So, we saw the description. Atman in the waking state, in its cosmic aspect, it is called Vaishvanara. It is a Bahishpragya. Its awareness is externalized. It has got 7 limbs. It has got 19 mouths. It experiences gross objects, and it is named as Vaishvanara. But just a few things which came to my mind after the morning's discussion about this 19 mouths. Actually, here, see, you can be like, here we have to, of course, we have to exercise our imagination a little bit. It is good. It takes us closer to the reality. I am an individual. Just like I gave you the example that inside this body, if this body is a cosmos, inside that there are so many small living individuals. Is it not? Inside that there are so many small individuals. Similarly here, there is a cosmic being. There is a cosmic being. Yes, it is there. It is there, a cosmic being. Atman associated with the gross waking state. He is a being. He need not be in a human form. He may be in a human form, he may not be in a human form, need not be in a human form. But there is one being. So as we have a human mold in which we find ourselves to be, so we have the natural tendency and the necessity to imagine the cosmic being also as a human, something like a human. This is the necessity of the human psyche, actually speaking. But that is actually not the main thing. The main thing is that there is a cosmic being. You look at it in a human form or outside without a human form, but there is a cosmic being. Now, what I want to especially emphasize here is, actually it is this cosmic being who is, very interestingly, let me give you an incident. I shall take this incident from Sri Ramakrishna's life. This comes in many other lives also. When Sri Ramakrishna was suffering from cancer in Dakshineshwar, in his last days, he was unable to eat anything. And once it so happened that it came out from his mouth in a complaining tone. Actually, not complaining, he expressed it that way. That, oh Mother, no, Divine Mother, Shakti, Maya, it's all her play is going on. This whole movie is her play. We are coming to that now. So he is telling this to Divine Mother, Mother, what is this? I can't eat anything. I'm unable to eat anything. I can't swallow anything. He expressed this. I haven't been eating for so many days. I can't eat anything properly. Then the story goes, Divine Mother is telling him, don't you feel ashamed? You are eating through so many mouths. The cosmic being. Actually, who is the actual eater? Whenever we are putting anything into our mouth, it is actually the cosmic being who is receiving it. We don't understand this part. Everywhere it is, we are the part of that cosmic being. Whatever you are putting into, it is actually received by the cosmic being. This is also another way of doing puja. To understand that you are not eating for your selfish gratification. Whatever you are putting in your mouth, it is actually an offering to the cosmic being. We are not eating for our selfish gratification. Whatever I put inside. Now here comes that Vaishvanara point. What Bhagavad Gita said, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamash Aham Vaishvanara. I have become Vaishvanara. I have become that digestive fire. And having become the digestive fire, I am digesting everything that you are putting into your stomach. It is that cosmic being who is receiving it, who is digesting it, who is creating this body. It is that entity who is doing everything. But in avidya and ignorance, we think that I am eating food, I am digesting it. It's all I. So you understand this part. It is that cosmic entity. Whatever I am putting inside, it is actually should be an offering to that cosmic being. You look at that cosmic being in a human form, that is just for your convenience, but actually there is a being. It's a being. It is Saguna gross, which is known as Vaishvanara, which is known as Virat. So we are all just part of this Virat, this Vaishvanara. Another beautiful, before I proceed ahead, another beautiful twitch, an extract of this point is that, you see, whenever a doctor is treating the patient, giving medicine to the patient, that doctor is actually worshipping this cosmic being. Whenever I'm giving 10 rupees to so-called a beggar, so-called, how dare I say somebody is a beggar? He is the cosmic being in that form. Whenever I give something to that person, it is actually not that person who is receiving. The receiver is that cosmic being. Now see, we have to change our vision of what we are doing. Whenever we extend some help to somebody, you're not helping that individual. That is being received by that cosmic being, Vaishvanara. Now this is what actually you can. It is this from that Sri Ramakrishna gives this idea of Shiva Jnani Jiva Seva. Now this is not only in the gross waking level. Now we have just started the investigation. Now from the gross waking state, now next is the subtle dream state. Then will come the causal sleep state. The causal sleep state, you are becoming one with Ishvara. We'll come to that point slowly. You see. So this was a description of the first state or the first quarter of the Atman. In the first quarter of the Atman, in its cosmic dimension, its name is Vaishvanara, and in its individual dimension, its name is Vishwa. We have seen this. Now, Swapnasthano Antapragyah Saptanga Ekonvinshati Mukha Praviviktabhu Taijaso Dvitiya Padaha. Now this is the Dvitiya Padaha, the second quarter of the Atman. In the second quarter of the Atman, the sphere of Atman's activity or the sphere of Atman's existence is the dream state. It is Swapnasthana. Atman is now in the second quarter. It is in the Swapnasthana. The first quarter was Atman's, in the first quarter, Atman's sphere of activity was the waking state. Now that Atman's sphere of activity is the dream state. See, every day this is happening. We are investigating our experiences. Now this will be beautifully concluded and summarized by Gaudapadacharya in beautiful Samkarikas. So, in the second quarter, Atman's sphere of activity is Swapnasthana, the dream state. Now the speciality of the dream state. Now in the speciality of the dream state is that here the awareness is internalized. Now in comparison we have to understand. Atman in the waking state was Bahishpragya, where the awareness was externalized. Atman is aware of objects as if existing separated from itself. In the dream state, there are no external objects. It is all the play of mind and mind alone. Is it not? In the dream state, actually speaking, none of these objects are existing there. There are no external. There is nothing existing apart from mind. In the dream, there is nothing existing apart from the mind. It is mind which is the subject, and it is the mind itself which is the object. There is no other entity apart from the mind. In the dream, it is all just the play of the mind. It is manaspandana matram. So, in the second quarter, in the Swapnasthana, the awareness is completely internalized. It is antapragya. In comparison to the waking state where the awareness is externalized. Here we see everything as if it is existing separated and distinct from me. But actually here also it is the same thing. We are not understanding that point. I don't want to broach that subject here now. But in the dream state, Atman is antapragya. Means it is all mind and mind alone. Mind is the subject and mind is the object. Mind is dealing with the mind. There is nothing else there. It's all the play of mind which is going on. And then the same. It has got Saptanga, the seven limbs, and there also it is experiencing the dream world through 19 mouths. Ekon Venshati Mukha. And Pravivikta Bhuk. Pravivikta Bhuk means here the Atman is experiencing subtle objects. Pravivikta means subtle. In the waking state, Atman was Sthula Bhuk. Sthula Bhuk means experiencing gross objects. In the dream state, Atman is experiencing subtle objects. Pravivikta Bhuk. Taijaso. And here, the name of Atman in the dream state is Taijasa. Taijasa is the name of the Atman in its individual aspect. Its name in the cosmic aspect will be Hiranyagarbha. That is not given here, that we should understand. Atman's name in the dream state in its individual aspect is Taijasa. That very Atman's name in the dream state in its cosmic aspect is Hiranyagarbha. That will be the cosmic subtle. Earlier it was the cosmic gross. The cosmic waking gross, its name is Vaishvanara. The cosmic dream subtle, its name is Hiranyagarbha. The name of Atman as the individual waking gross is Vishwa, and the name of the Atman as the individual dreaming subtle is Taijasa. Now this Taijasa name is so beautiful. It is so significant. Why it is called Taijasa? Taijasa means full of light. Why it is called? This dream state is named as light. Why? The reason is that in the dream world, what is the light? Is this sunlight present there? It is not present. So from where is the light coming? The light is all internal. Actually, here also it is internal. We are not understanding. This we will take it up later, a little later. Here we are thinking that we are illuminated by the sunlight. No, it is Atman's light which is illuminating everything here also. Now we will study this in comparison. But for the time being, here we are presuming that we have external sources of light. And in compared to this, in dream state, we find there are no external sources of light. The light is completely internal. Mind itself is just like a light. The light, the reflected light of the Atman, it is Taijasa. It is full of light. So that is why this Atman in its dream state has been given this name as Taijasa. Now here in the Shankaracharya in his commentary, I will read some portions. But what happens? How does this dream take place? I will summarize it. I need not read it. It is well-known fact. What is this dream state? The dream state is only the activation of our samskaras. Here, samskaras means mental impressions. Whatever we are doing here in the waking state, we are interacting with the world, we are dealing with people, we are doing so many things. Maybe good things, bad things, whatever we are doing, good or bad, no matter what we do, it is all leaving some impressions. These impressions left on our mind. In the dream state, what is happening is that these very impressions are getting activated, nothing else. And when the impressions get activated, then we see the so-called dream world. And in this dream world, there is no external light. All the light is internal. And here the Atman is experiencing only the mind. It is experiencing only the subtle. There is nothing gross here. That is why it is said to be Pravivikta Bhuk. It is the experiencer of the subtle objects. In the waking state, it is experiencing the gross objects. Now, you see, now we come to the next quarter, which is the third quarter. Atman in its sleep state. Let's see what it is. Here, the Upanishad says, Yatra supto na kanchana kamam kamayate na kanchana swapnam pashyate tat sushuptam sushuptasthana ekibhutah prajnana eva anandamayo hyanandabhuk cheto mukhah pragyah tritiya padah. This is the tritiya padah, the third quarter of the Atman. So, what is this tritiya padah, the third quarter of the Atman? The third quarter of the Atman is the Sushuptasthana. First was Jagaritasthana. The second was Swaptasthana. The third is Sushuptasthana. It is the sphere of activity of the Atman is the so-called deep sleep state. Now, each state has got its speciality. Now, Gaudapadacharya will be summarizing it beautifully. I don't want to do it now. Let us go into the Gaudapadacharya's Karika. There he beautifully summarizes these states. So, what is this description of the sleep state? Atman experiencing the sleep state. Yatra supto, when one sleeps, in this sleep, when one comes to this sleep state, what happens? Na kanchana kamam kamayate, na kanchana swapnam pashyati. That's sushuptam. That is sushupti, where while sleeping, one does not desire anything and one does not see anything. Na kanchana kamam kamayate and na kanchana swapnam pashyati. Two things. This is the distinguishing characteristic of the so-called sleep state. In the sleep state, do we desire anything? We can't. In fact, the desirer himself is suspended. The one who usually desires in the waking state, one who desires in the dream state, that desire himself is suspended for the time. So when the desire himself is suspended, there is no activity of desiring. Activity of desiring. Desiring means mental activity, is it not? When we desire something, kamana, it is the activity of the mind, is it not? In the waking state, it is continuously going on. Our life is continuously, it takes the form of desiring, wanting, resolving, determining. These are all the functions of the mind. We resolve, we make resolutions, we decide, we come to so many decisions. It's all the functions of the mind. In the deep sleep state, in that none of these functions are taking place. Number one. Second, na kanchana swapnam pashyati. In the deep sleep state, we are not seeing anything. In the waking, we are seeing the world. In the dream also, you are seeing the world. In the deep sleep state, we see nothing. Everything is suspended there. Here, Shankaracharya makes a beautiful observation. You know, if you just look into all the three states, the waking, the dream, and the sleep. Actually, this is speaking, all the three states are sleep state only. I ask you this question. Presently, we are all awake now. We are all awake. Is it not? No, we are not awake. We are all fast asleep. We are all fast asleep. Jayaprada ji, are we awake or are we asleep? Somebody, we may be thinking that we are awake, but we are not. We are fast asleep. How? Shankaracharya says beautifully. What do you mean by sleep? Now here comes the brilliance of this great teacher. What do you mean by sleep? Sleep doesn't mean that you have to go under your blankets. Sleep doesn't mean you have to go under your blanket and snore. That is not necessary. Here also we are sleeping. What do you mean by this sleep? Non-comprehension of the reality is sleep. When we are not comprehending the reality, we are all fast asleep. Please note down this point. Tattva agrahanam nidra. Shankaracharya says, brilliant observation. Tattva agrahanam is nidra. Tattva agrahanam means non-comprehension of reality. As long as we are not comprehending our real nature, we are all fast asleep. Who is awake here? No one is awake. Everyone is fast asleep. As long as we are not comprehending the reality, we are all fast asleep. So this non-comprehension of reality is common to all the three states, is it not? Neither in waking we are comprehending the reality, nor in the dream are we comprehending the reality. And the sleep, of course, there's no question of comprehending the reality. So all the three states are the states of sleep only. In that case, how is this so-called waking and dream? How do we separate this waking and dream from the so-called the sleep state? If you just see, all the three states have this common factor of non-comprehension of reality. Truly speaking, all the three states have got this common feature of tattva agrahanam. Then how do we distinguish this waking and dream from the sleep state? How do we do that? Yes, we can do that. How is this so-called waking and dream different from the sleep? What makes this waking and dream different from the sleep is second factor which is absent in the so-called deep sleep state. What is that second factor? The second factor, Shankaracharya says, miscomprehension of reality. In the waking, here in this waking, we are here suffering from not only the non-comprehension of reality, we are miscomprehending the reality. We are not knowing that we are the Atman, and we are knowing ourselves to be something which we are not. This is happening in the so-called waking as well as in dream. This is known as Tattva Anyatha Grahanam. So two terms he uses. Tattva Anyatha Grahanam and Tattva Agrahanam. Tattva Agrahanam is common to all the three states. Non-comprehension of reality is common to all the three states. But miscomprehension of reality is the feature of only the so-called waking and the dream. So in the waking and the dream, we are suffering from two problems. See, here we are actually suffering from two problems. One is we are not comprehending the reality, and we are also miscomprehending the reality. This is also happening in the dream state. In the dream state also, we are neither comprehending the reality and we are also miscomprehending the reality. But when we go into deep sleep state, the miscomprehension of reality is not there. We are not comprehending anything there. Everything is dark. There is only non-comprehension of reality. There is only Tattva Agrahanam. So this is the Shankaracharya makes a beautiful distinction between how is this sleep state different from the so-called waking and the dream, where actually speaking all the three states are sleep states only. When we are not comprehending the reality, it is all sleep. But along with non-comprehension of reality, when there is miscomprehension, that is what goes in the name of the waking and dream. Here we are miscomprehending things. Where there is only Brahman, we are thinking that there is world. This is miscomprehension of reality. Where there is only Brahman, we are thinking that there is a Jiva, there is a Jagat, and everything is there. This is miscomprehension of reality, which is based upon non-comprehension of reality. So, Shankara here, the main mantra, let us go back to the main mantra here. So what is the Sushupti? Sushupti is what? Yatra supto na kanchana kamam kamayate na kanchana swapnam pashyati. Swapnam pashyati means you're not miscomprehending anything. Your swapnam pashyati means where just like here, now we in the waking state, we are comprehending something, but actually we are miscomprehending the reality. This is not happening in the sleep state. There is no miscomprehension in the deep sleep state, and there is also no function of desiring anything there. If you, while sleeping, if you know that you're sleeping, that means you're not sleeping. Is it not? You're acting to sleep. You're acting that you're asleep. A person who is acting that he is asleep, he is knowing that he is sleeping. But actually he's not sleeping. Actually, if you're sleeping, you won't know that you're sleeping. It is only when we get up from the sleep, we remember that we slept nicely. In the course of sleep, nobody knows that we are sleeping. It is only when we wake up from sleep that we remember, oh, I slept so nicely. Is it not? In the course of sleeping, nobody knows anything. Nothing is known. Neither I know myself, nor do I know anything different from me. And what is the experience? When you get a good night's sleep and you wake up from the sleep, what is the first expression? Upanishad speaks about it so beautifully. Sukham aham aswapsam na kinchit avedisham, it says. Oh, I slept so nicely. I didn't know anything. Universal experience, is it not? Universal, this is all, see the universal. We are analyzing human experiences, universal and scientific. Whenever we get up from sleep, tell me, what is our experience? Oh, I slept so nicely. I didn't know anything. Is it not? Natural. क्या सोया था कुछ पता ही नहीं चला 8 घंटे कैसे निकल गया कुछ समझ में नहीं आया उठ के देख रहा हूं तो बस सूरज निकल गया just like that universal experience. So what was there in the sleep state? No desiring and no comprehension, no miscomprehension. The moment you wake, the miscomprehension has started. But actually, are you awake in the waking state? You're actually, it's a continuation of sleep is going on here also. When we are not comprehending the reality, the sleep is continuing in another form. Actually speaking, there are only 2 states existing. Shankaracharya says only two things. One is jnana, other is ajnana. Nothing else. It is all play of jnana and ajnana. Here it's all ajnana only. And ajnana is nidra, ajnana nidra. In that ajnana nidra, there are two states, so-called waking and dream, where we are miscomprehending the reality. But ajnana is there. This ajnana itself is nidra. This ajnana itself is sleep. This sleep has to be broken. It is only when we realize our true nature, this ajnana nidra comes to an end. There's a beautiful verse which Gaudapatacharya, the lion roar of Gaudapatacharya will come. Anadi maya supto yada jiva prabudhyate ajam anidram aswapna advaitam bodhyate tada, it says. Anadi maya supto. I'll come to that point. We'll come to that point slowly. But I'm just recollecting that here. We are all an anadi maya nidra is going on. We are all asleep here. And it is anadi. Nobody knows from when did it start. Can you determine it? When did this comprehension that you are a jiva start? When, at what time, on which day, in which year? Can we determine it? It's an anadi maya nidra which is going on. Strange. Mahadbhutam anirvachanyam. It is not actually existing. Shankaracharya is brilliant. It is an amazing thing. It is not actually existing. Had it actually existed, it would not have gone. The very fact that it goes away, that means it is not actually existing. It is appearing to exist. What a beautiful observation it is. This anadi maya nidra, when this anadi maya nidra comes to an end, and when the jiva prabodhyate, when this jiva becomes awake to one's own true nature, at that time what happens? Gaudapada says, ajam, anidram, aswapnam, advaitam bodhyate tada. At that time the jiva will realize his unborn, immortal, that great Atman dimension. Before that, we are all fast asleep here. So actually speaking, there are only two things here. One is the state of the Brahmagyani, the state of that in which the person has experienced himself to be the Atman. And the opposite of that is ignorance, this Maya Nidra. In that state of Maya Nidra, we are seeing this so-called Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. Actually speaking, all the three are Nidra only. In the causal state, it is only pure, so-called pure Nidra with no miscomprehension of reality. In the so-called waking and dream, we have both non-comprehension as well as miscomprehension of reality. This is what is happening. So, yatra supto na kanchana kamam kamayate, na kanchana swapnam pashyati, tat sushuptam. That is what is sushupti state, in which we neither desire nor we see anything separated from our own self. In fact, we don't see anything at all. It's total darkness. Sushupta sthana. Now, what is the speciality of Sushupta sthana? Eki bhuta. Eki bhuta, where our awareness becomes, where we have a unitary consciousness or unitary awareness. Eki bhuta, where there is no awareness of differentiation. Is it not? In the waking state, we have the awareness of differentiation. Sleep state is a condensed awareness where all the differentiation is gone. Is it not? It is a condensed, unified awareness. Eki bhuta. Pragyana ghana. Every term is so scientific. Pragyana ghana. Where consciousness is condensed, awareness is condensed. Again, it is the other way of saying that there is no differentiation. We are not aware of any differentiation. We are not aware of any multiplicity. We are aware of that. See, we are aware means while sleeping we are not aware. When we wake up, what will be our memory of sleep? I didn't know anything, is it not? I didn't know anything is the first expression of a person who gets up from a sound sleep. I didn't know anything. I didn't know, not knowing anything. And a condensed bliss. When you get up from a very good sleep, how blissful you feel, is it not? But that is the next term here. Pragyana Ghana and Anandamayo. In Sushupti, the Atman is experiencing abundance of Anandam. Abundance. Anandamayo, Shankaracharya makes a beautiful observation here. This Anandam of the causal state, this is not the infinite Anandam of the Atman. It is not the infinite Anandam of the Atman. Every day we go to the causal state and experience such bliss. When we wake up from the sleep, you see how blissful we feel. In fact, see, it's a so beautiful thing it is. Tell me, is not Vairagya and Tyag the best thing to happen in life? Tell me, where is Anandam? Now, this is another beautiful indicator which the Upanishads and all of our great masters, they have pointed at. Tell me, where is Anandam? Is Anandam? Anandam is joy, bliss. Is bliss or joy existing in any sensory object? We are in a biggest delusion to believe that sensory objects are giving us Anandam. Never. All Anandam is coming from this, what is inside each one of us. Tell me, in the deep sleep state, what sensory objects do you have? And yet you are full of such condensed Anandam and bliss. From where is this Anandam coming? Is Anandam outside in the world or is it inside? It's a big indicator. So we are all thinking that we'll be happy by enjoying a certain object. It never happens. We are continuously cheated by all our sensory experiences. That's why, in spite of having a whole life of sensory indulgences, the man, the woman remains incomplete and dissatisfied. You cannot get satisfaction from sensory experiences. You cannot. Whereas the real secret of happiness and Anandam is deep within. You go to that causal state is the state where there is an abundance of Anandam freely available. You don't have to pay for it. To have any sensory pleasures, you have to pay. If you want to go and watch a movie, you have to pay 600, 700 rupees per ticket. Is it not? And after, I'll give an example. Okay. Ananta, one experiment. Okay? Ready? You will be put in a room. Nice room. Good, very comfortable, cozy. And you will be provided with all kinds of sensory pleasures. All means all, which usually men and women crave for. You will be inside a very plush apartment. You will be given all the so-called sensory pleasures which usually people go crazy for. But there will be a person who will be standing next to you, okay? The condition that you won't be allowed to sleep. You won't be allowed to sleep. Enjoy pleasures. With your body and the senses, you are free to enjoy all kinds of pleasures you want. But you won't be allowed to sleep. Experiment. How long can you survive? How long can you survive? Tell me.
2-3 days.
2-3 days? Impossible. You will go mad. You will go mad. 2-3 days. See, you can remain without food. You can remain with everything else, but you can't remain without going to the causal state. Everyone has to go to the causal state on a daily basis. You cannot exist without it. So what is happening in this causal state, you know? Every day we are establishing Ishvara Sambandha. Note it down. Every day in the causal state we are establishing Ishvara Sambandha. This causal state is what is Ishvara? Every human being is actually being sustained by this causal body. We are not getting our sustenance from outside. You can go without food, you can go without all the pleasures, but you can't remain a single day without, at least for 5 minutes, you have to sleep. Without getting that connection, you cannot survive. You will either die or you will go mad. It's a challenge. So tell me, where is happiness actually existing? Is it outside in the world or is it inside? Simple common sense. And yet we are madly running after pleasures of this world, thinking that these things are going to make us happy. Is it going to happen? It is never going to happen. This is how we are getting deceived and cheated on day-to-day basis. The real joy is inside. The very infinite treasure of Anandam is deep inside. Every day we are experiencing it, we never paid attention to it. Every day you sleep and you come back with so refreshed. Without enjoying any pleasures there, you're full of Anandam. Freely available. Are we paying money to anybody to experience this joy of the bliss of the causal state? This causal state is the state of Ishvara. Every day we are actually being sustained by Ishvara. Remember that. Without this connection with the Ishvara, we cannot exist even for a 24 hours. It is impossible. Either I'll go mad or I'm dead. You can't. Now tell me, is not Vairagya the best thing to happen in life? And the tendency for bhoga, it is poison. This tendency of bhoga is poison. Please note it down. You're killing yourself. The more we turn inward, you understand the infinite treasure of joy which is residing in each one of us. It's here. Unless we get this connection, Ishvara Sambandha, please note it down. This term is very important. We are all living, breathing, and we are moving around. It is only because of this Ishvara, the causal state, this Mahadbhutam, Anirvachaniyam, you may say, Divine Mother. It is she who is sustaining us. We are deriving our sustenance from there. Otherwise, we can't. So this is the importance of this so-called the deep sleep state. It is Anandamayo. Pragyana Ghana Eva Anandamayo. There is Ananda Prachuryam. Shankaracharya's Bhashya, he says, Ananda Prachuryam. Ananda Prachuryam means abundance of Ananda. Every day we are experiencing this free of cost, and yet we never understood what is this kind of experience. Every day, unconsciously, we are becoming one with God. Did we ever notice that? And we are in search of God? You're looking for God here and there? Now, what is happening unconsciously in sleep? Can we go there consciously? Now, that is the next point. Now, every day. Now, this doesn't mean that you keep on sleeping throughout the day. Please don't commit that mistake, then it's gone. Otherwise, you will say, Upanishad is saying sleep is the best thing. Come on, so jao. Kambal lo or so jao. No, that is not the point. It is only hinting at where exactly is the source of joy. Now, we have to go to that state consciously. What is happening unconsciously, we have to reach that very state in a fully awakened state. That is meditation. This is exactly what we are doing in meditation. And Om will be helping you to reach that by dissolving the waking and the dream and taking you to the causal and also beyond the causal. The more you go inward, you will be realizing your true nature. So this is the importance of the so-called the causal state. Atman in the sleep state. So Anandamayo, he Anandabhuk, here Atman is experiencing Anandam. In the waking state, the Atman was experiencing gross objects. It was Stulabhuk. In the dream state, the Atman was experiencing subtle objects. It was Praviviktabhuk. In the sleep state, Atman is experiencing the joy, Anandam. It is Anandabhuk. So, Stulabhuk, Praviviktabhuk, Anandabhuk. See, how we are now going to our own true nature. Just like that. And then what? This causal state or the sleep state of the Atman is also referred to as Cheto Mukha. Now, what is the meaning of this Cheto Mukha? Cheto Mukha. Cheto Mukha means the door for awareness. Cheta means Chetana, awareness. Mukham means the door. The door to awareness. Door to what kind of awareness? Door to the awareness of dream and waking. Every day from sleep, the dream and the waking come out. When we wake up from the sleep, it is from the sleep state that the waking and dream come out, is it not? So the sleep state is as if it is the doorway to the awareness of waking and dream. It is the doorway. So it is known as Cheto Mukha. The Mukha, the door for the awareness of the other two states. Cheto Mukha. See, these are all so scientific terms. Every term is so scientific. It is not just imaginary and some nothing. Is there anything imaginary in this discussion? It's all penetrating investigation into human experiences. Cheto Mukha. The sleep state is referred to as Cheto Mukha because it is the doorway to the awareness of the waking and dream states. Pragya. Here, Atman is called as Pragya. Atman, in its individual aspect, in the causal state, in the sleep state, is known as Pragya. And in its cosmic dimension, Atman, in the causal state, is known as Ishvara. Atman has got two names in this so-called causal state. Atman in the causal state, in its individual aspect, is Pragya. Atman in the causal state, in its cosmic aspect, is Ishvara. Pragya. Tritiya Padaha. This is what is the Tritiya Padaha. Now in this commentary, there are many things which I don't want to go into the details. Many beautiful things actually. If I take it up, it will take a long time. But more or less, I have touched upon the important points here.
Mark, is this Ishvara, this thought that Srishti Sthiti Vinashmo, that Ishvara?
Yes. From here only now, thank you for asking this question. He is asking from here only the Srishti Sthiti Pralaya. Actually, this is what is actually Mahamaya. Now we have come to the causal body. This is what Shankaracharya so brilliantly defines. What is this causal body? Avyaktanamni Paramesha Shakti Anadira Vidya Trigunatmika Para Karyatmeya Sudhyaiva Maya Yaya Jagat Sarvamidam Prasuyate. From where the entire Jagat proceeds. It is from this causal state that this entire world is proceeding. And when you go to the causal state, actually speaking, the causal state is the cosmic state. Actually, all the states are cosmic. But when you go to the causal state, we are going to the very root of this creation itself. Every day, we are going to the root of the creation. Even individually speaking, when we are going to sleep, that's what I said. You are getting connected with Ishvara. When we go to sleep, unconsciously, we are establishing Ishvara Sambandha. It's a beautiful term which comes. Unconsciously, we are making a Sambandha, connection with the Ishvara. That is why we come back so energized, is it not? Whenever we wake up from a good sleep, see, we are so fresh. What happened? So all the freshness comes from our connection with Ishvara, not by running after the things in this world. It cannot happen. That's why, now the same thing, anyone who has meditated for 15 minutes, the real meditation I'm talking about, why 15 minutes? Few minutes, 2 minutes, you will feel so refreshed. Meditation means what? This Ishvara Sambandha. You understand? No, actually, all this, now we can bring in all these different forms which we have given to gods. Ishta. This is all to facilitate, to find this connection, that's all. Your love of a particular form, that form is nothing but this Ishvara. You can worship this Ishvara in this form, in that form, in any form, as Shiva, as Kali, as Ramakrishna, as Ram, as Krishna, doesn't matter. These forms are only the doorways to get connected with our true source. That's all. So you take any of these forms. So these forms have got great utility. So I'm not underestimating it. In the morning session, I was a little afraid that you should not misunderstand what I'm saying. Yes, Brahman is Nirgun Nirakara and Brahman is also Sagun Sakara. Both the things are there. But the Swarupa of Brahman is that different. Now, we want to understand the Brahman as Brahman is. So that is the whole struggle of the Upanishads. So as I said, this Ishvara Sambandha, it is from this Ishvara that this Jagrat, Sapna, Sushupti, this Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya is every day it is taking place. Now another one point before I go ahead. Little bit of physics. Causality. A big issue for students of physics, causality. Cause and effect. Are cause and effect two different things? They're not. In principle, what is effect? Effect is nothing but cause manifested. You take a seed, from the seed the plant comes out. What is that plant? That plant is just the seed which is the cause which gets manifested. The plant is the effect. The seed is the cause. So what is this effect called plant? It is just the causal seed manifested. And what is effect? Effect is just the cause manifested. And what is cause? The effect involved. Effect which is involved. If it gets involved, it goes back, it goes to the causal state. And what is effect? Cause evolved. Cause evolved is effect, and effect involved is cause. They are actually speaking, no, they are not two different things. The effect is nothing but cause. Effect is nothing but cause. Is it sure? Any doubt? Effect is nothing but cause in another form. Now, this causal state, which is referred to as Ishvara, what is this manifested state? It is Ishvara itself manifested. Ishvara, the causal state, Ishvara manifested is appearing in the form of the so-called world. Where is world? It is Ishvara alone. You understand my point? This effect is nothing but cause manifested. So what are we seeing here? We are actually seeing God, nothing else but God. It is Ishvara which is appearing in the form of, in ignorance and avidya, we are saying that it is world, it is world, it is world. Now see, we have not reached Brahman. Even before Brahman, this is the possibility. This is the great knowledge which can come to all of us. We have still not reached Brahman. We are at the level of Ishvara. This Ishvara itself is appearing in the form of this world. Ishvara is the cause, and the so-called, what we are referring to as world is nothing but Ishvara evolved. It is Ishvara itself. What we are seeing is nothing but Ishvara. Seeing God with open eyes. And where are we looking for God? According to the Upanishad. We are creating different forms of gods for the human forms of God, for our convenience actually, nothing else. According to the Upanishad, the best form of God, the best form of Ishvara. What is the best form of Ishvara? Anyone can tell? Exactly. This is the best form of Ishvara. What other form of Ishvara do you need? This is what Swami Vivekananda was singing, In Bengali he was singing, Pahurupe samukhe tumar chhadiye kothaye khuji cho Ishwar Baba. So beautiful. And I'll translate that. He's saying, Pahurupe samukhe. God, Ishvara is standing in so many forms in front of you with your open eyes. You're seeing God, leaving this God. Which God are you looking for? Upanishads. All Vivekananda statements are from the Upanishads. This is the most beautiful form of God. We have not understood it correctly. We are thinking a world is existing. Where is world? It's all God in so many forms. Himalayas, Gangas, tree. Now come to Hinduism. Why Hindu bows down to everything? A Hindu will bow down to a tree, he will bow down to the Himalayas, he will bow down to Ganga. Why? Others don't understand this point. For a real Hindu, Hindu means what? With the Upanishadic vision. He sees Ishvara everywhere. It's Ishvara alone. What other form of God do we need? This is the most blazing and beautiful form of God already existing. But because we are not understanding it, then we create other forms like this and that, this human form, that human form. This is all just for our convenience. But if you really understand the principle of Ishvara, Ishvara is a principle. Again, I'm telling you. It is Tattvam. You make it a person for your convenience. If you have a Tattvic understanding of what Ishvara is, then you will be seeing Ishvara with your open eyes. I always ask this one question. You see, most of us are here, the so-called devotees of Ramakrishna. Most of us. Many of us have got initiation. You have been given the name and form of Ramakrishna for meditation. Is it not? You are looking upon Sri Ramakrishna as Ishvara. This is for our convenience. Tell me one thing. We were in the morning discussing whether God has forms or not. Yes, it has got both. It is both Nirgun Nirakara and Sagun Sakara. There is no doubt. All these scriptures also speak the same thing. There is no controversy about it. But my question is, most of us, we are all meditating on Sri Ramakrishna. Is it not? That form. It's a human form. It's a human form. Tell me, this form on which you are meditating as Ramakrishna, tell me, what is Sri Ramakrishna meditating upon? Have you ever thought about it? Is Sri Ramakrishna meditating upon Sri Ramakrishna's form? Second question. What is Sri Ramakrishna's understanding about himself? Tell me. Do you think Sri Ramakrishna will be understanding himself to have a human form, a human framework made up of flesh and blood? He will hate that idea. What is Sri Ramakrishna's understanding about himself? What is Sri Ramakrishna's understanding about himself? Do you think he will be understanding himself to be a human form with a beard and mustache and all? He will hate. What is Sri Ramakrishna's understanding about himself? Brahman. So, actually our object of meditation is what Sri Ramakrishna is knowing about himself. You understand this point? That form is just a convenience for us to reach there. Getting this point? I ask this question. What is Sri Ma's understanding about herself? We bring all human elements and superimpose upon them. You are seeing a lady in the form of Sri Ma. Do you think Sri Ma will believe that she is a woman with a woman's body? She will hate that idea. She's a Brahmagyani or whatever it is. She knows herself to be Brahman. So if you are meditating on Sri Ma, what is Sri Ma's understanding about herself? She knows herself to be Brahman, not as a human framework, but we hold on to these forms for our convenience. So actually our object of meditation is what they understand about themselves. That is the real object of meditation. So when we are meditating on Sri Ramakrishna and Sri Ma, our focus should be to reach there. So Upasana is wonderful. It's needed. For most of us, we need, because we are so much tied down to the human psyche. So we need a human representation of that Brahman which is formless. So, what is Sri Ramakrishna? What is, now all these forms which we have, not Shiva's form. Shiva is sitting and meditating. Shiva's beautiful form, Mahadev. So beautiful. Shiva is sitting and meditating. What is he meditating upon? Is he meditating upon Shiva's form? He is meditating about Brahman, is it not? What is Shiva meditating upon? We have the beautiful, one of the most beautiful forms of meditation is of Shiva. Acha, Swami Vivekananda sitting in meditation, which we worship. We are worshipping. What is Swami Vivekananda sitting in meditation? What is his idea about himself? Do you think he will be thinking himself to be a human being? He knows himself to be Brahman, nothing short of that. So what is our object of meditation? Object of meditation is always this Brahman which we are studying here. To reach there, we are taking the help of these different forms. That's all. It's very valid. It's very valid. It is needed. It is essential. But we should understand the dynamics of this act of upasana. The real object to be reached, the real object to be focusing on, it is this Brahman, our true nature. So 2-3 things which comes from this discussion of this causal state is that it is Ishvara. This is also Ishvara only. Ishvara is the causal state, and that which is coming out of the causal state, this manifested state, it is all Ishvara only. The best form of Ishvara is this. Bahurupe samukhe tumar chhadiye kothaye khoji cho Ishwar. Living this God, living God which you're seeing with your open eyes, which God are you looking for? And you're anticipating that God will come at the time of death. Most of the devotees, they sit with this hope and anticipation. It's here. God will come at a certain point of time from somewhere. It's good for, Swamiji says, it's good for small children. As we grow in spiritual life, the whole vision changes. It's God here and now, right now, here. We are, so Shankaracharya is one of his bhashyas. He says, from the time we were born till now, we have been always seeing nothing but God, but we never understood this point. Go back to the cinema and movie illustration. 2.5 years, your eyes were glued to the what? Was it glued to the movie or to the screen? Tell me. What were you seeing actually? You were continuously seeing the screen. You never understood this point. Is it not? For the 2.5 hours, you were looking at something, but you thought that you were seeing the movie. You were continuously seeing the screen. You never understood this point. The same thing is happening here. We are continuously seeing Atman and Atman alone, on which this movie of Jagrat Sapna Sushupti is going on, but we never understand this point. Upanishad is giving us a totally new vision. Now see, this causal state, let me just finish this one also. Esha Sarveshwara, Esha Sarvagya, Esha Antaryami, Esha Yonihi, Sarvasya Prabhava Apyayau Hi Bhutanam. This is the conclusion of this so-called causal state. This causal state is what is known as Esha Sarveshwara. This is what is Ishvara. Why it is Ishvara? It is Sarvagya. Ishvara is Sarvagya. Esha Antaryami. This is the one who is ruling from inside. Now you may call it that. Divine Mother. This is Maya's network, and she is the ruler of this Maya. We are all under her domain. It is her governance which is going on. In Jagrat, Sapna, Sushupti, the 3 states, we as an individual, we are under the domain and governance of this Mahamaya. There's no escape from it. We have to bow down to this power. You can't escape from it. Unless she opens the door, no one understands what the truth is. If this vision is dawning in our hearts, now this is happening by her grace. Please note it down. It is happening by her anugrah. So, Esha Sarveshwara, Esha Sarvagya, Esha Antaryami. Antaryami means Antarena Yamayati iti Antaryami. One who rules sitting from inside. She is the inner ruler. She is the inner ruler of all of us. She is ruling us. It is her governance which is going on. Esha Yoni. Yoni means the source or womb from where everything proceeds. Sarvasya Prabhava Apyayo Hi Bhutanam. This is that source from where everything emerges and into which everything dissolves. Prabhava and apyaya. Prabhava means emergence and apyaya means dissolution. Means Srishti and Pralaya. Srishti and Pralaya both take place from this causal state. It is from this causal state that everything, it is from this causal state that the waking and the dream proceed. And every day, the waking and dream, once again, submerge in the causal state. It is daily, it is happening, is it not? From the sleep state, we wake up and we go back to the sleep state. We wake up from the sleep state, we go back to the weak sleep state. We wake up from the sleep state, we go back to the sleep state. It is going on endlessly. Have you ever paid attention to this? We are living in a totally fanciful world, thinking that something else. We have fanciful ideas about our ourselves. Every day, this play of the three states is going on. Now, beautiful conclusions are going to be drawn by Gaudabhadacharya. We'll see it in the next session. If you have any questions related to what we have discussed, please ask. Yeah.
In Gospel, it is written that the Sri Ramakrishna will come and in the lives of many devotees comes and takes. What is sad life? we read now in the Gospel,
I ask you one question, Jayapradaji. Do you have to wait for somebody to come when it is available straight here?
No.
Which is the most...
It is written in the Gospel, so that's why.
Good.
I
That is...
want to know.
Yes, no. What she is asking is a serious matter, actually. See, now, God coming in the last moment is not wrong. It is not wrong. It is there. It is there in the Bhagavad Gita also. In the Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, you will find how you have to leave your body, and all these things are there. So, in the last moment, if you remember God's name, you become Mukta, and all these things are there. But Upanishad never stresses those parts. When God is available here, why should be you waiting for God to come at the time of the death? It's purely, what should I say? I always give this example. A fish, we all have seen fish in the fish tank, okay? But the fish in the fish tank is swimming in the water, and it is saying that at the time of the death, I will come face to face with water. At the time of death, I will come face to face with water. That is our state. You understand what I mean to say? If the fish is thinking that fish will experience water at the time of death, whereas it is completely soaked in water, it is swimming in water, it is seeing water, it is drinking water, it is nothing but inside water. And if the fish is thinking that it will come face to face with water at the time of death, what will you say? We are exactly like that. We are soaked in God. And we think that God should come at a certain point of time. It is good. It is not altogether wrong. It is not altogether wrong. For those people, let's just see, there are different human beings at different planes of existence. Here we are talking about, if you have this knowledge, that becomes meaningless. Swamiji says that is the kindergarten of religion. See, all the statements you will find in all the teachers, you will find all statements belong to different levels. We should not be confused. They have their place. But some of the things are meant for people at different levels. So it is there. It is not altogether wrong. Here we are in search of truth. And truth is this. What we are seeing is nothing but God. We have never understood this part. This is the plain truth. I hope it is clear. Yes, Vivek.
The Ishvara and maybe the, for example, the Sukshma Sharira, etc. One way is to look at them as entities. For example, I have a Sukshma Sharira, after that the Sukshma Sharira will be there without the Sthula for some period, those concepts. But here we are also saying that associating the Sukshma with a state of the, you can say, mind or the consciousness. So are those two different or to reconcile them? For example, when in my Jagrat, if I say I have some power against one Sukshma Sharira of somebody, is that correct way to look at it? And Ishvara also, for example, Ishvara is a Karmaphala Data. He is there all times, even in Jagrat also Karma is off. So how do we relate this state of consciousness with those terms, or we should not look at comparing?
No. Don't make such comparisons, actually. Actually, I'm telling you frankly, your question is still not clear to me. First of all, I've not been able to fully understand exactly what you're asking. But let me just, from what I could make out from your question, see, we are, actually what we are referring to as Jagat, it is only a play of consciousness. Let us go to the root of the idea, And we have to go, see, as a seeker of truth, you break all these layers and see, we are sitting with some set ideas in our mind. This is the problem. Actually, when we study the Upanishad, initially the whole struggle is to uneducate ourselves. Educating ourselves in the line of the Upanishad comes later. Initially, the whole struggle is to uneducate ourselves because we have been wrongly educated with all kinds of imaginary ideas in our mind. First, the whole struggle is to undo that. That is what I said. Mananam is very important. This is what actually Mananam does. Now, we have to think in line of the Upanishads and revise all your earlier ideas about your Sthula Sharira, your Sukshma Sharira, your whatever it is. Everything has to be aligned with the ideas given to us. This is what we have to do. And when you begin to do that, anything which doesn't tally with the principles of the Upanishad, you boldly set it aside. Boldly. It is wrong. Anything which doesn't align with the principles propounded by the Upanishads, you can simply put it in dustbin. That is the authority of the Upanishads. Then you will see, if you begin to go in that direction, you will end up in experience. This is bound to happen.
Last thing, the karma concept operates in Maya.
On Maya. Yeah.
So in that sense, Maya, although we say it is undefined, there is a set of rules within Maya. In that sense, we can understand.
Inside the domain of Maya, as these rules, so-called karma and karma phala rules, these are all inside the domain of Maya, and it is there. As long as Maya is there, then karma and karma phala, this rebirth, everything is there. This is all the play of Maya. Now, what is Maya we have seen? It is an experience of something which is not actually existing.
But within it, it is logical.
Well, as long as ignorance is there, as long as we are in the grip of ignorance, means as long as we are in the grip of Maya, we are all on the domain of the laws functioning inside Maya. Very much. You can't escape that. No jiva can escape these laws. As long as the jiva is ignorant, the jiva is completely governed by these laws of this Mahamaya. Just like that. You can't escape. Yes.
A dream is a result of the samskaras
Yeah.
in the gross world. If I have the really nice dream where I'm maybe flying, maybe it's a nightmare, maybe I'm in Anand's room, will I gain even more samskaras and vasanas from the dream?
No, from the dream you don't gain samskaras. All the samskaras are formed in the waking state. In the dream, it is only the expression of what is left behind. And actually speaking, see, impressions are left behind. It's very interesting actually. Dream is a very profoundly fascinating state to be investigated into. Now, actually speaking, we should study Brihadaranyaka Upanishad for this. Amazing, the 4th chapter. Such a brilliant discussion you will find there, and Shankaracharya's commentary is simply scintillating. What conclusions it draws there. Anyhow, so about dream. Dream is a very fascinating experience. But in dream, you're not forming any karmas. You're not doing any karma there. It's all happening unconsciously. You're not doing anything consciously. Conscious activity is taking place. In fact, you are creating karmas. This creation of karma is happening only in this so-called Jagrat Avastha. Here, whatever we are doing, you are consciously, the term is ahamkarta. Ahamkarta. Ahamkarta means I am the doer. With this sense, whatever you're doing, it is leaving an impression. And when you are the ahamkarta, you will also become the phalabhokta. As long as you have the sense of doership, you will be having the results. You have to reap the fruits of what you do. aham bhokta. Bhokta means you become the enjoyer of the fruits of your own actions. You cannot escape this law. Now, whenever you do something here in the waking state, whatever I'm doing, it is all leaving impressions on the mind. Now, the dream state, these impressions get activated, that's all. And the way it gets activated, now there is no reason and logic to it. You see, there, these impressions can go haywire. What's your name? I'm forgetting.
Ishwar.
Oh, Ishwaran. I'm talking to Ishwaran. Yes, I am talking to Ishwara, because not only. See, that's a beautiful vision, we should know we are interacting with Ishvara always. What an amazing. It's a change of vision. Upanishads, nothing greater than that. Not that this book, that book. No. Kathamrit is all good for a lower level. Come back to the Upanishads. That is a message. Swamiji says, go back to the Upanishads. So we always stick to all those ideas, where we are comfortable. Jahan mera ghar grihasthi, mera kitchen chalta hai, main usi ko pakad ke rakhta hu. No, come back. Go back to the roots. So anyway, Ishvara, you see, what is happening in dream, these very impressions left in the waking state, they get simply activated. And when they get activated, there is no rhyme and reason in which form it gets activated. Then suddenly you will find Ishvara is flying, Ishvara is jumping from Mount Everest down. Everything is possible. You will be floating in the air. Anything can happen. There's no logic and reason there. Any logic and reason in the dream? Nothing. All the framework of logic and reasoning, it's all smashed. So here also, actually speaking, the logic and reason is only a flimsy plane. I'm telling you. I'll come to this point. Maybe I may be able to get an occasion to discuss this point. Here also, we have a very boasted sense of pride and logic and reason. It is only a very small domain. Actually, here also, there is no logic and reason to what is happening, actually speaking. That is why this Mahamaya, this Kali, is described as crazy. She is sparkling. Actually, here also, it's crazy things are happening. You can't understand everything logically here, what's happening. We want to bring everything down to the logical framework. This itself is Maya, actually. That we are striving to bring everything into the domain of the small framework of logic and reason itself is the play of Maya. Maya stands beyond all logic and reason. Actually speaking, there is no rhyme and reason to what is happening here. It's truth, you see. It's the ultimate truth. It's like that. It is just, there's no reason. Mahadbhutam anirvachani. It's like that. That's why Shankaracharya's terms are so scintillating. It's a great wonder. You can't understand it. You can only bow down to it. You can transcend it by the grace of Mahamaya. It's like that. So what you're talking about, Ishvara, in the dream, it is only the activation of the samskaras left behind in the waking state. And when the samskaras, impressions, get activated, it can take any form beyond our logic and reason. It is totally ununderstandable. The dream experiences are like that. There is no rhyme and reason to what is happening there.
Those who don't get dreams,
You don't get dreams, is it? This is another dream which is going on. This is also dream only. Yes, Utkarsh. Yes, one last question and we can stop.
Continuing to this question, can
Yes.
you see that the impressions are being emptied out?
Pardon?
Continuing to his question, can we say that the impressions are being emptied out in the dream state?
No, it is not getting emptied out there. It is only playing there. Mind is playing. That's all. You can't say that the impressions are getting exhausted. That exhaustion of the impression also has to take place. Actually, the domain of karma is the waking state. Creation of the karma is also happening in the waking state, and exhaustion of the karma is also should happen only in the waking state. In the dream state, you are not exhausting anything. It is just activation of certain impressions which you have created for yourself. That's all. So let's stop. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.